Hey gang, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nicky V. I'm a studio musician here in Nashville. I do a bunch of online recording, which is what we're going to be doing today actually. So this guy's a cat named James from Australia who is super cool and nice enough to let me use his song as an example for the channel. He basically sent me this track. It's just an iPhone recording of him sitting at his kitchen table, just strumming like this with his thumb. He originally was in G, but after talking to him, it was kind of at the top of his range, so we dropped it down a half step and kind of settled on a tempo. And that's super important. People tend to not spend enough time dialing in the correct key and the tempo for the singer. And that a lot of the time, because Nashville is always, everything's efficiency and everybody's working really fast, I feel like those things get overlooked. So I try to really hone in on those and address them the best we can so we're not solving a problem on the back end. It's better to get it all ironed out when you're first starting out before you even chart the song or anything. So it's a pretty basic thing like that. I'm going to try to come up with something that's a little more catchy or signature for it. But before we do all that, let's get started, and I'm going to chart it out, put session markers in. Here we go. Now that the song's charted out, I'm going to place my session markers based on the chart. And after I place them in here, I'm going to color code them. I make all the verses blue, choruses red, intros yellow, bridge usually like a dark blue or something like that. And the reason I do that, and I do it consistently, is because as I'm reading down this chart, when I'm recording the guitar, reading down it, out of my peripheral vision, I'll see the timeline moving through and I'll see like red coming up. Well, I know that's a chorus. It's kind of like a teddy bear effect. It lets me know that I'm in the right place when I'm reading down the chart. The strumming pattern James was originally playing was more like this, kind of the simple, kind of like real loose thumb thing happening. I wanted some of those a little bit more unique to the song, and I made it more identifiable immediately, so I came up with this little thing. It's super simple, but it's kind of catchy. That just has this nice little kind of like droning, cool feel to it that kind of moves the song along, outlines the chords nicely, and I can stack electrics on top of that and do some cool stuff. And then later I'll open up and strum on the choruses. But let's see what we got. Also, I forgot to mention, I'm just running an SM81 in mono for this. I didn't want it kind of like the spread, pristine Nashville sound. I got a couple Neumanns and stuff sitting around, but I just wanted some just very uncolored, over the 12th fret, just bare bones dry down the center. Then I'm going to decorate that with like some more contrasting, spread out, ethereal sounding electrics around it. So I just wanted this kind of raw and real. I'm using this old Martin, has 11-year-old strings on it, super dead and kind of thuddy, so I thought it'd be cool. I decided to make those 4/1s kind of happen in there. It's this judgment call on the fly. It felt right on that, especially like on this bridge and those little builds, having that weight of the 1 underneath that 4 felt right. So I just kind of went for that. But I'm going to stack the choruses just so he has an option there if he wants it, or him and his engineer or producer want it. But I kind of like actually just having that one kind of mono part driving it and then decorating with the electrics. That's kind of the idea. But I'll give them some options they can feather in if they want it. Another little thing I wanted to mention is right at the very last attack of the song, as soon as I did this, I made sure to like hold my breath and not breathe through my nose if it's allergy season or something, because you don't want that coming through. And the other thing is the click cut off right there as well. And, you know, we have click coming into our headphones, right? And if the headphones are cranked up too much, the microphone will pick that up. So when you hit this, you'll hear at the end. And that's just like little amateur stuff you don't want in there. And that makes the engineer's job easier, right? That's just like the pro thing to do. You want to keep the client coming back. We're getting ready to get to the electrics, but before we get to that, I just wanted to mention the best way to support the channel is actually the affiliate links down in the description. So anything that I'm using in the video, I'll put the link down to it. Like for example, if you want to record acoustic guitar at your house, the Shure SM81 is like a tried and true classic microphone. They're $400 instead of thousands. This is what you guys spend to get like good mics generally. And it has a high pass on it, so you can roll off all that low end that an engineer is going to get rid of anyways. And it's just a good all-around mic. I'll also put my Venmo and PayPal down there, and anything that makes goes to upping my studio game, basically. So I'm going to try to get a lapel mic and a little Zoom recorder so I can do this easier and not use iPhone audio with a good camera. But appreciate you guys. Here we go. I don't want this first layer to be too big, so I'm going to start with just a nice tremolo layer on the 335 middle position, just kind of weaving in and out of this chorus a little bit. Now I'm going to stack this first chord just like a nice layer of breaks. And there's a little melody I put on the acoustic in the second verse. So I might double that, just give them the option if they want to kind of pan left and right maybe. Comes on the second half of the verse. Right here. Pre-chorus. Build into it. Solo. I'm just providing weight behind it. So I stopped there for two reasons. One, I messed up, and two, I wanted to grab a slightly heavier sound. So I kicked on the ODR one, and we're going to stack that second chorus and then hit those ending choruses with a little bit more gain. Solo. Breakdown. I'll come in with a different sound for that chorus breakdown with something like maybe like a lo-fi kind of thing there, possibly. So let's get this last chorus. Okay, now let's go back and put that on the other side with a different sound. Switch over to the Archer Select. Here we go. So that's pretty big already on those choruses. I'm going to take that line that I originally played on the first chorus now on a separate layer and weave it into those other ones. I'm going to stay on the Archer with that kind of like snarly top end thing. Might be nice. I'm going to use the Justin Ostrander trick right here, right? You go to the middle position and you roll that down to like 8.5, or every guitar has its own little sweet spot. This one's like 8.5, but I'm going to try that. I want the verse to have a theme that kind of rolls through it. I wrote this little thing. Let's see if it works on here. Now that we got that, I think we need to do some more fills down there and kind of weaving in and outlines. And I think it should be in pretty good shape after that. I'm going to do a pretty clean layer on these verses now, just like some simple rakes to kind of, like I said, bring that tuning center back since there's so much modulation happening. And I'm going to kick on some overdrive as we go. And I'm trying to grab the solo on this pass as well, just so there's like this kind of padded thing that turns into a more melodic thing towards the end of the song. Slightly different approach, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to leave this as empty as I can. I'll probably redo that solo. especially the end of it. I'm trying to send this soaring here. I'm definitely going to redo that solo and send them a few different options so they can pick their favorite. And I thought the outro landed kind of strange, so I'm going to punch that. And there's a few other funky things in there after I look back through it, and I'll, magnifying glass it, because you never know what's going to happen after it leaves here. It could get programming put on it, or it could have a live drummer on it. So I just need to make sure everything's just dead on. If you're a songwriter or producer and want me to play guitar on your track, all you got to do is hit that link down in the description that says guitar tracks, and it takes you straight to my website. I walk you through the whole process step by step. It's pretty easy. I do 40 to 60 of these a month at my house, and I love what I do. It keeps me fresh and creative and allows me to stay in Nashville with my family, which is a big win. So I appreciate you guys hanging out. Also, if you want guitar lessons, you can book them on my website as well. Just hit that tab at the top that says guitar lessons. You can book your time and pay straight through there. It all syncs up in my Google Calendar. So it's pretty simple and straightforward. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Appreciate it.